An exchange of garlands instead of wedding rings. After years of campaigning, these same-sex couples in Thailand are finally allowed to marry.
We've all been waiting for this day for so long. We can finally live our love fully. This law ensures that our family is complete and that we have the same rights as everyone else.
These two women have waited 30 years, and they didn't want to wait another day.
This is a very important day for the LGBTQ community. The law has finally been passed. It's a historic moment for our country.
Thailand is the first country in Southeast Asia to legalise marriage for all. An estimated 5 million Thais belong to the LGBTQ+ community. That's about 8% of the population. For this couple, marrying means they now have the same rights as heterosexual couples. They can adopt children and undergo IVF treatment, rights that older generations once thought unimaginable.
Years ago, we never thought this law would pass, that we would have the same rights, the right to marry. But now, we don't have to worry about inheritance if one of us were to die suddenly. We won't be left with nothing.
These Thai women say they can now live openly as a couple. That wasn't always the case. Although homosexuality was decriminalised in Thailand as long ago as 1956, society struggled to accept gay relationships.
Even though we didn't show our love in public, people still found out. They forbade their children from coming to see us because they thought we were perverts. They called us dykes.
The situation for same-sex couples has changed beyond recognition, so much so that many people think of Thailand as one of the most liberal countries in the world for LGBTQ+ people. That includes a large and visible transgender community. Like this model, as a child, Risa Parisa was known as Robert. Today, she's on the streets of Bangkok having her photo taken for her social media accounts.
I come here quite often to create content. In Thailand, transgender people are safe because no one tries to harm us. Here we have the right to live our lives as we wish.
In Thailand, many transgender people like Risa work in jobs that were traditionally performed by women. In contrast to other countries, integrating the two groups has caused few problems.
Trans women today have many career choices. We can work in offices, become flight attendants, or even start our own businesses.
Thai society may be more tolerant than most, but the law is struggling to catch up, says this activist.
Thai society wants to pretend it's a paradise for homosexuals, but that's not the reality. In this country, as a gay person, you're only safe if you're beautiful, rich and intelligent. The law still doesn't protect our community enough.
He points out that transgender Thais are still not permitted to change their gender on official ID documents. Thais held their first Pride Parade, which celebrates marriage equality, in 2024. Hundreds of thousands of people took part in the historic occasion. The parade was also a political victory for the Prime Minister, Sethta Thavisin, the driving force behind reforms to marriage laws.
Thank you for coming today. With this marriage equality law, we are moving forward together and fighting for the rights of transgender people and sex workers.
It's a progressive stance that distinguishes him from more conservative parties that are still influential in Thailand.
There are still parts of society that don't accept us. But that doesn't mean we're doing anything wrong. We just want to live a normal life. We're all human after all. I have a different gender, but I'm just like everyone else.
Within a few days of the introduction of marriage equality, more than 1,800 LGBTQ+ couples officially celebrated their union. Homosexuality is still a crime in Myanmar, Malaysia and other Southeast Asian countries. With the recent legal change, Thailand, though, is aiming to be a country where gay men and women can live in safety and happiness.